Hi, I'm Eric D'Amato.
And I'm a burning wiener schnitzel.
And happy Halloween. Welcome back to Halloween, and we're doing Halloween 2.
Yes. Welcome back to Halloween 2. The hopefully final chapter.
The poster says Halloween 2, all new.
Yeah.
Though that's a lie. That's a lie that it's all new. I've seen this movie.
It starts with a fucking recap.
This is from 1981 with a 6.5.
Yes.
While Sheriff Brackett and Dr. Loomis hunt for Michael Myers, a traumatized Laurie is rushed to hospital and the serial killer is not far behind her.
And it's pretty cool. I mean, we
got most of the same cast back.
Returning cast, yeah, exactly.
With Dick Warlock as the Shape in Patrolman 3.
Of course.
Got Donald Pleasance, Jamie Lee Curtis, Charles Cypher, Jeffrey Kramer, Lance Guest, Pamela Susan Shoop de Whoop.
Yeah, one of them is last name is Shoop. Shoop da Whoop.
She's known for this. She's known for Halloween 2 and Empire of the Ants. She's Ants? Empire of the Ants. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So, movie that I don't think was meant to have a sequel has a sequel it doesn't need. Let's watch it.
Hey,
no real fanfare on this one. No fanfare on this one, really. But let's go watch it.
It's still pretty cool. Let's watch this shit.
I shot him 6 times. I shot him in the heart. This man, he's not human.
Universal Pictures presents Halloween 2. More of the night he came home.
Who is it?
There was nothing within him, neither conscience nor reason, that wasn't even remotely human. This is some kind of a joke? I've been trigger-treated to death tonight. You don't know what death is.
Janet, go tell Mr. Garrett we're having trouble with the phones.
There is no place to hide. He will always find you.
What's this? It's a Celtic word. It means the Lord of the Dead.
Mr. Garrett?
he came home.
Well, as with Friday the 13th, we open with Last Time on Halloween.
Yeah, let's talk about that ending, honestly, because we didn't really go into it last episode. We just kind of glanced over the ending. Let's talk a little bit more about it.
Oh, we also open with a song that doesn't fit.
Oh yeah, Mr. Sandman. It also
Yeah,
closes the film.
Yeah, because that totally has anything to do with Jason Voorhees.
Well, I don't know. It kind of did get more popularized because of this, and like it kind of does because like he does like sneak up on people, regardless of what they're doing, and kill them. So like I guess
I don't know. It's more a Freddy Krueger thing than a.
Yeah, it should have been in the Freddy Krueger film.
I know it's for me. It's as out of place as the. For me, it's as out of place as the 1930s Dracula opening with Swan Lake. But then
honestly,
again,
I would be okay with that.
Then again, I do stand. No, the 1930s Dracula does open with Swan Lake.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do stand by the 1930s Dracula. Yes, I know Blasphemy of Blasphemies being a bad movie. It's not a good film.
Well, still, like the soundtrack, it could be better, but it could be worse. Like honestly, I could like anybody could probably think of a better like song to play in this. Probably
Don't Fear the Reaper again would be good.
Yeah, Don't Fear the Reaper or Butcher Pete, or basically almost anything from Fallout 3.
Riders on the Storm.
Yeah, Riders on the Storm fits less though still.
Do 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 do.
But like, I don't know. I guess. A Lollipop even would have been better, I find.
Well, there's the vague connection to candy with Halloween, but
yeah, exactly. There you go.
Anyway, we open with the last scene of the first. We open with the last scene of the last movie, and you said there's something you want to go into about it.
Yeah. Notably that like we didn't really talk about like everything after the falling down the stairs bit.
Oh yeah.
Like after she fell down the stairs, we kind of just glanced over everything else. But we got like her, what was it? She stabs him with a sewing needle.
In the neck. I know we mentioned that.
No, we didn't say sewing needle at all. I don't think.
I said knitting needle because that's what it was.
Yeah, knitting needle. There we go, knitting needle.
But I mentioned it.
Okay, but like, yeah, that should have fucking actually killed him. Like, I'm convinced that should have actually killed Michael right there.
Yeah. So should the entire magazine capacity of a Magnum revolver.
At that range, I don't know. He could have survived that. I could believe that. Like, suspension of disbelief. He could have lived. It's like I could be like, okay, yeah, sure. You got shot from that range, and like some of them missed, some of them didn't. It's like
yeah, but if one of those hit him.
Yeah, he would get some real bad lead poisoning from him. But
he'd
if
also
they hit him in non-lethal spots, dude. He's alive.
Even if he's alive, he's not walking around.
He could run, bro. Adrenaline's a hell of a thing. Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
This movie continues right from him leaving, all in the same night.
Also got stabbed with a clothes hanger.
Yes. Yes, he did.
He breaks open the closet and she fucking stabs him with the clothes hanger and then his own knife.
I am going to be a lot harsher on this one than on the first one because it's not as nostalgic for me.
Okay, fair enough. It's not as nostalgic to me either.
As good a movie.
Yeah, but watching this one, I find it is like a bit more open and they could have done a lot more with it. It's like, it was like just, you know, he's turned loose now. It's not as confined, you know. I find the first one's like a tight burrito.
It's not cool. This one. Wait, that's a good thing?
It's an analogy. It's not a great thing, but it's not a bad thing either.
Well, because it seems like I do agree the last one was like a tight burrito, but this seems more like a haphazardly put together burrito. Kind of rushed. To use if we're using a
Like it's like flat and like laid out like all over the place. It's like it's.
I think that it goes like the first one is like a burrito you'd get at in a proper restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Or a pizza. It's like
No,
a pizza.
well, if we're using the burrito analogy, that's when you get in a proper restaurant, like actually specifically made for you.
Mm-hmm. This with the Mexican food, yeah.
Yeah, this one is when you get a Taco Bell. And and we're ignoring
quesadilla, though.
We're ignoring. I'm still saying it's a burrito from like a Taco Bell.
Okay.
Ignoring the third one. 4 onwards is gas station.
Gas station tacos. It's a gas station burrito.
Yes, that's what.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh,
probably just as bad for you.
No, I'm imagining them like just oh god.
The one you see there in the little tray, and you don't know how long they've been there.
Yeah, they've got the expiration dates on them, but like you can't tell if they're actually like.
You don't know if Apu went by and changed them all.
Yeah, exactly. Like they've got like a little bit of like scratch marks on them, so you can't entirely make out the numbers.
So Loomis is Michael Myers escapes the house.
Uh-huh.
We see through his Michael vision. We see through his Michael vision.
Uh-huh.
And he's going to another house, and then Loomis is like, I shot him 6 times!
Yeah, he's freaking out. He's like, I shot him 6 fucking times! He's not human! It's like, yeah, I could believe you.
Like, no, sir, you couldn't have shot him 6 times. He'd be dead. You're not...
He insists every one of those bullets hit him, though.
He insists. And it looks like they did.
Yeah, but you don't know where.
No. I'm sorry, a pair of Magnum shells in the knees, you're done.
That first shot is the one that I really can't believe killed him. Like, I can't believe, like, wouldn't have killed him. Because that was literally him pointing down the hallway at his head. He pulls the trigger, bam, and he just sort of, flails around like he's, like, being annoyed by a mosquito and, like darts into the next room.
Mm.
It's like, no, that should have hit him in the head, and he should have died.
Very, very much. So, he goes into this house where a nice old couple are watching the news about him being on the run.
Yeah, he's like all over the radio and everything, even though
and the woman's
told them not to put him on the radio in the flash.
Because if they did, they'd see him on every street corner and look for him in every house, because it would just create a massive panic, and then he could just walk down Main Street without anyone seeing him because everyone would be too busy looking for him.
Exactly. And it's like the whole last film is explaining to us why they can't put him on blast. What do they do in the second film?
Put him on blast.
It's nonsense.
And try very, very hard to not have to make another one, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, it's convenience for convenience sake.
Like, I do have to make clear, and this is going to be very apparent next week, but John Carpenter did not intend the Halloween series to be about Michael Myers. He wanted it to be a kind of anthology movie series where every one film is about a different thing happening, a different horror thing happening on Halloween.
Oh, okay.
That was the original idea.
I'm not sure if I heard about that one.
But he struck gold
makes sense.
On the first go, so that's why things that happened.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if we literally watched like the first one kind of on repeat along with like the other ones, it's like if we literally just like dug really deep into these, we could see where the anthologies kind of would be, or like what they would be.
Oh no, we see what they would be with the fifth one.
Yeah, that also, like, that's a big one. Like, that's a big piece of the puzzle, pretty much. But I'm sure if we watched all of them, we could see, like, the whole...
Oh, be careful what you wish for.
I know, but still. Also, another thing is right at the beginning, like when he's checking out the ground, he like runs around the corner, and like the neighbor's like, "Hey, what the hell's going on over here?" And he's like, "Call the police. You know, I shot him a bunch. It's like he's still on the loose though. Tell the sheriff that I hit him."
Oh, also, this does become important for this one, but Annie is the sheriff's daughter.
Yeah.
And Annie's not alive.
Yeah, and he's dead. We talked about her being the sheriff's daughter in the last one, like when we were talking about the
but
thing.
that becomes important in this one.
Yeah, it does, because he sees her body and everything. In
this feels like almost like more than any part 2 slasher film we've seen on this show. This really does feel like it's the second half of the movie.
Yeah.
But
it's just been part of the first one.
But it feels like the second instead of the first one being a really good movie, this feels like the second half of a really, really badly paced movie.
Yeah, also the dialogue is a lot more campy.
I'm sorry, a movie should not have 2 climaxes.
I guess so, yeah. But another thing, like, yeah, the like back to just the line in the first one. It's like, yeah, call the police, whatever. Tell the sheriff I shot him. The guy's like, oh, come on, is this another prank? Like, I've been trick or treated. Like,
I've been trick or
treated.
Yeah. You don't know what death is.
It's like me going to you now, going to you, Merrick, going like, oh, come on, like, don't pull my leg today. Like, I've been reviewing like to death all day, and you just going, you don't know what reviewing is.
Well, do we? We just talk a bunch of nonsense for an hour.
Some would argue.
So the evil is gone.
Line,
the evil is gone.
Yeah, I love that line though. Just you don't know what death is.
That's where we get this movie's version of the Halloween opening.
Yeah.
They added organ music to the Halloween theme, which does work. But then they made it a little too hokey for me, because instead of just the subtle zoom in on the jack-o'-lantern, now the jack-o'-lantern opens and has a skull inside it, and just okay, why?
Hey, this one was just going for it, man. Like you said, honestly, it shouldn't have had the chance to breathe. It should have just been all in one movie.
I don't think any of the thing that happens in this movie needed to happen.
I guess, yeah, but like we did get the big plot point of
like, the big dumb plot point.
What is the Lori?
The days of our Michael Myers.
What is the Lori?
I
believe that it truly is.
We truly are the Last of Us, or whatever
we
that.
Truly are the Halloween too.
That's actually like, this is like continuing after the ending of Last of Us. You don't need to.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I don't want to deal with any of the controversy associated with The Last of Us 2.
So okay, yeah. So after we get that whole thing of like him explaining that he shot him, we see these 2 elderly folks, apparently the Elrons.
The Elrods.
Is it Elrods?
It's the Elrods. I checked the IMDb because I kept hearing Elrond.
Yeah, I heard the half-elvens, basically.
The last homely house.
Yes. The half-elvens are in their home and they're watching Night of the Living Dead.
We walk in and just 2 Agent Smiths are sitting on the couch.
Yes. No, it's the 2 elderly folks, and then one turns to the other and they're wearing the shades, and then it switches to the other one, and it's them morphing into another Mr. like Agent Smith.
It's just one's Mr. Smith and the other one's like, you, and Mr. Smith is like, yes, me. Me, yeah. me.
And the entire neighborhood comes in.
Me too. The best part of being me is there are so many me's. Oh, he's the best character in that series. Yeah.
Probably a better film too, actually. Oh god.
So
yeah. They don't know who it was. Apparently, the one on the radio that they're complaining about at first. They don't know that's Mike yet. But yeah, one of the old man,
Hi, Mike.
Mr. Elrod, it dies.
No, he doesn't.
Mr. Elrod, half elven, dies.
Does he
He's
die?
dead in his chair. Yeah,
Oh.
he's dead in his chair. The old lady sees his blood on the counter.
No, that's Michael's blood.
Is it?
She just goes in there to steal a knife.
I think he's dead though, because
No, he's
in his chair, motionless, dude.
I think he's asleep because he's old.
I don't
Like,
know,
these
man.
two,
He looks-
this
he's
old
not
couple,
breathing.
they're fine. He just steals a knife and leaves.
It looks like he killed him, honestly.
No, I
He's
don't
not
think he
breathing.
did.
It looks like he's not breathing. This fucking old man. That
If
might
he-
just be him not caring about acting.
Or I just assumed he fell asleep.
I assumed he died.
I don't think he's dead.
Regardless, it has no bearing on the plot.
No,
So
it's
this
just
other girl
blood.
who
She
also
screams.
has no bearing on the plot and dies anyway.
Everyone dies. Like, there's a whole
Yeah.
other... and they're watching Night of the Living Dead on television.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Honestly, this old man, Mr. Elrod, is the living dead in himself. So
Maybe The Walking Dead refers to the survivors and not the zombies.
don't open Halloween inside.
Don't Halloween open inside.
There you go. So yeah, they're pulling the dead bodies out of
the house.
Yeah.
The sheriff
Bring
sees his daughter
Lori
dead
to
and
the
is like,
hospital.
"You let him out!" It just attacks Loomis, screaming, "You let him out!"
Yeah.
And we meet
Bring Lori to the hospital.
we get another dumber, blonder cop.
He's okay. I don't find him that bad. He's all right. He's the deputy or something. They just called him the deputy.
Well,
My
since
notes.
the sheriff's daughter has been killed, I don't think he's legally allowed to work on the case anymore because he's much
told him to go home.
much too close to it now.
Yeah, the sheriff. I was expecting the whole film. It's like, oh, okay, his daughter's dead. He's gonna fucking go get him. You know, he's gonna be out for blood. No, they told him to go home,
And he does.
and he does.
Well, because he has partly to tell, so his wife finds out from him and not from the media.
Yeah, that too.
Because that would probably be a lot worse.
Notify next of kin, aka your spouse, in this case. That's dark. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
It's a horror movie, Gio.
I know. But like just the fact that I have like the inkling of just like, yeah, notify next of kin. In this case, like it's a little close to home. A little too close to home. And that's what makes it fucking dark, you know?
Hmm.
But, like, yeah. If I was this guy, like, yeah.
So Laurie's taken to the hospital where we meet Bud not Bud the Chud, unfortunately, but Bud the Sleaze.
Bud the stud.
But
He's a stud, man.
he's a sleazy stud.
He's studly.
Is he?
Smoking on a roach. He's got a little pair of surgical tweezers.
Yeah, he screams future victim.
He's the Lizard King.
Like he's going. You see him and you're like, yep, you're not gonna make it out of this movie, are you?
You're too cool for this film, sir.
You're not gonna make it past the second act.
You're also too stoned.
Like he may as well have come out in a red shirt and told us he's 2 weeks from retirement.
Also, he just started seeing this one girl, and it's going really well. And also,
he has,
he's
and
gonna
he has
go
a-
banger in the break room.
And he has a kid on the way, and he's about to, and he's fresh from the academy.
Yeah.
Like all of them. He's not gonna make it. His
name's Bud.
name is
Bud is
Bud,
just the perfect name for him.
but he is not a chud, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's like, okay, so yeah, they see like we see this kid apparently coming in also with like glass.
I don't
razor
know.
blade or
I
something in his mouth.
don't know what happened to him, and they never tell us. So we're just left wondering what happened to this pirate.
Like it shows us like 3 red herrings in like the first 10 seconds.
Like, communism was a red herring.
jarring.
Yeah, it is. That's why I don't, like, this movie doesn't flow as well as the first one, because I was never confused what was happening in the first one.
But it could have. These are ideas that actually could have turned into other things, spiraled off into like different tangents and stuff. But
True.
we just never get follow-ups on them, and thus making them red herrings.
Yeah. I mean, things that could have been good but weren't are just things that are bad.
I guess. But at the same time, like, some things it's just like, yeah, okay, this is there. Whatever. Just leave it be.
They should have kept their goals a little smaller, and then it would have been a tighter movie.
Tightened up the burrito.
Yeah.
But we do get two ladies that are talking, and apparently one of them is a nurse and gives the other one a lift to their house or whatever.
Mm.
And we see
Something
her go
about
to the hospital later.
And gets yelled at by her superior, understandably, because this isn't like being late to work at a frickin' grocery store. This is actual life and death.
This is hospital.
It's
This is emergency hospital.
The doctor is drunk.
This whole movie's drunk.
It is.
To the point where it's like, fucking Doc Loomis is driving around with the sheriff, right, at the beginning. And they literally get out because Loomis spots a guy with a similar mask to Mike Myers.
Except it has blonde hair.
They get
Tries to shoot him.
Pursue him into the streets,
and then he
gets hit by a police car.
I found it
rammed into a gasoline tank and explodes.
I found it almost funny because he aims the Magnum, he pulls the trigger, but he's empty. But once he pulls the trigger, the car hits him. So like, does he have a gun that you can shoot cars now?
It's GTA 4, no GTA 5 even. The mod with the fucking gun car.
Yep.
The car gun.
So Michael Myers gets into the hospital.
What the fuck?
They find out this kid's not. He's not Michael Myers. He's just some guy.
I remember the first time seeing that scene, I was like, "Oh my god!" Because they just killed him for no reason.
And just big fiery explosion, I guess, because they had stuff left over from Escape from New York to use. Yeah, this is post Escape from New York. This is 82. No, this is 80. Yeah, this is 82. Is it?
Yeah, no, 81.
81. This is the same year as Escape from New York.
Yeah, exactly. So they were just like, they were on set.
So, yeah, we have a few grenades left. Let's use them.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, we've got a tanker we didn't blow up. You want to use that? Okay. Bring it on over here. John wants the fucking tanker on set for Halloween 2. Okay.
Hey, Loomis, Hey, Sheriff, Loomis wants a flamethrower. Loomis wants the what? That's what he said.
Yes. He wants the what? I was watching that scene the other day, actually. Pretty cool.
Great movie.
Yeah, I know, right? But like
Perfect.
that scene in particular.
Mac wants a what?
Like,
that's what he said.
God, I missed that scene.
I was watching Linkar's reviews of the comics.
How are the comics, by the way?
Bad.
Bad, huh?
Yeah.
Bad enough for me to read them?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I need to hear.
I just wonder if they're bad enough for you to return my Hellstorm comics.
Oh, by the way, I'm actually like 6 issues away from finishing that. So you're
nice. Cool. Anyway, so the rest of the movie takes place in a hospital. Because this is less a movie and more Halloween the Hospital DLC.
This is them tightening up the burrito, giving us one location and one location only.
And a lot of it feels like a retread of the first one, but with weirder kills.
Yeah, much weirder.
So one
in mind particularly.
I can't remember the order, but the one that stands out to me are the nurse who showed up late and Bud the Chud go to to get it on in a hydrotherapy tub. So Michael Myers sets it to boil, kills Bud, and then Boyle drowns the girl, the nurse.
Some might say they're not being very orderly, are they?
That would be funny, except she's a nurse and he's a ambulance driver.
So what?
He's a paramedic, so I'm just... I'm
Fuck off, man. Roll snare drum. It works.
I don't have a snare... I don't have a snare drum. Would you settle for a maraca?
Would you rather I make a General Hospital joke?
Yeah, I wouldn't know if it was or not.
One or the other.
Well, I've never seen General Hospital, so you can make one that wasn't, and I wouldn't know it wasn't. So
Exactly. There. At least I went with the one you could understand.
So he doesn't kill any of the babies, even though he's hanging out in the room full of babies. He does look at some babies.
Well, because he never kills kids. So that's the thing.
True. He's like Jason Voorhees.
He'll kill the animals, but not the kids.
He's like Jason Voorhees that way, but Jason Voorhees also doesn't kill puppies. So
yeah, that's true. Actually,
like he's because Jason Voorhees is he's 9, so.
Right.
I think if you just... it would be like the puppy bomb in the Hulk comics.
Yeah.
I love the puppy bomb.
If we're talking about, like, Arrested Development, really, like, that's actually really true.
Oh, no, Michael Cera's involved in this now?
Well, like, if we're thinking about, like, actual, like literal Arrested Development.
Okay.
Like, freaking the clinical term of Arrested Development. Jason is 6.
Yes.
And then we have Mike Myers, who's, what, 12?
12, but it gets weird because we find out what his deal is, and it makes less sense.
Yeah, but it's like, if it were Arrested Development, it still kind of would make sense. And Jason is much less intelligent than 12, than Mike is. So therefore, like, Michael Myers honestly should have been the one with the with the supernatural powers.
While Michael is murdering his way around the school,
Jason's just the homicidal Peter Pan.
True, but while Michael's murdering his way around the school, Loomis and the cop go to. Michael's murdering his way around the hospital, while Loomis and the cop go to the elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
And we get some clues about Laurie's nature. And we get the word Samhain written on the wall in blood. Loomis.
Sam Hain.
That's not how it's pronounced, though.
It's Samhain?
It's an actual Wiccan festival called Samhain, but it's
Samhain.
It's Celtic. It's spelled Samhain, but it's pronounced Samhain.
Okay, so they phonetically.
My aunt hammered me into this. She's into that kind of thing. So.
Okay, I get you though. But
it's solid.
Donald basically read it phonetically, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay. You can't fault him for that, though.
No. It's you, when you're an actor, you say what the director tells you to say.
Exactly.
But
or you just read it phonetically.
It's Samhain, so there you go.
Okay.
It is an actual thing, but I don't think it's quite as Wicker Man-y as he describes it. But it's like, they put people in baskets and then put bees on their heads to sacrifice them for the end of summer for a good harvest. And the plot of the
Cage runs in screaming, "How to get burned! How to get burned!"
He walks in saying, "Here's how teddy bears have their picnic." punches Michael Myers in the face. That doesn't happen in this movie, but I wish it did.
Yes.
Nicolas Cage would have been extremely young in this.
He would have been. He would have been freaking super young during this. And honestly, he could have been in this. I mean, fucking Kevin Bacon was in Friday the 13th.
Yeah. And Tremors.
Yeah. Damn right. Also, yeah, when Laurie gets to the hospital, she gets put under.
Yep.
Like,
She doesn't want to, but they do.
She
I don't
want to be, yeah.
I don't know why, because that makes sense in Nightmare on Elm Street, because if you dream, you die. But I don't know why she doesn't want to be put under in this movie.
She wants to be alert when Mike shows up because she knows he's coming for her.
Oh, Lord, he coming.
Yeah. Unfinished business and whatnot. Among other things that she should not know about yet.
One thing I
of the
will
hallucination dream.
say about as a big negative about this movie,
Uh-huh.
you had every opportunity to, in post, redub that scene. The "What's the boogeyman?" As a matter of fact, it was. This was another. You had another go at it, and you didn't fix it.
They didn't want to touch it at all. They were just like, leave it be. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But it is broke.
But don't fix it though.
But Epic Game Store, you don't have a shopping cart.
I love that. That's my favorite.
Yes.
I have to buy these games one at a time during a sale? What?
And if you do, it's suspicious.
Pat getting flagged. Oh boy, oh boy.
So,
I can't.
You can and you will.
No, I fucking can't. Oh boy.
So, she finds out through cryptic dream messages that her father was Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
No, wait, that's Freddy's dad.
No, it's totally, no, you hit the nail on the head. Her dad's Freddy Krueger.
That's a different movie.
No, dude.
But yeah,
it's the
she's.
same movie.
But she is.
The same thing, bro.
But she's Michael Myers' sister.
Yeah, there you go.
So, cool.
I like the first one.
Then you'll love Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. Coming soon to Mindbreakers.
Oh, jeez. So, yeah, she figures this out basically through the dreams.
Through no evidence.
The
through...
doc finds out later because the girl tells him, but whatever.
And through we're getting, like, she has a dream of her mom telling her she's not her real mom.
Yeah. Which
somehow means equates in her head to she's Michael Myers' sister, I guess. All right. Oh, like, she's also. Oh, her dad's a realtor, but that's not important.
Yeah.
One of the nurses goes to find the doctor, but the doctor is sitting looking at his aquarium with a needle in his eyeball. So Michael Myers does the most unpleasant kill in the movie.
He just, he fucking cuts her throat.
No.
He injects her with
he slowly slides the hypodermic right under her eyeball, and it's really...
Yeah.
It's one of those, I'm going to look over here now, kind of kills.
No, I was okay with that one. That one was alright.
Well,
that
it wasn't... Okay, it wasn't Lucio Fulci level.
Right.
And it wasn't teeth, and teeth are my big nope. So...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I cannot scenes with stuff happening to teeth. No, I'm out of there.
There were a couple other ones though that were still pretty hardcore also. But I don't know, I'm okay with needles.
He stabs a lot of people with a little hook.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
He stabs people with a little hook.
He stabs a lot of people with needles mostly in this one. I guess because he's still pissed off about that knitting needle thing. He
doesn't quite ever get as creative as Jason.
Right.
Because all of his this is, I think, his most creative film kill-wise, but he's really just stabbing and strangling, and mostly stabbing.
Mm-hmm.
In the series.
Some of them are kind of elaborate, though.
Well, the haunted house trap setups are more elaborate than the actual kills.
Yeah, the first mousetrap bullshit was actually pretty elaborate. Oh, speaking of houses, you said that her dad was a realtor, right?
Yeah.
And she was trying to sell the Myers house in the first movie. That's another reason he's going after her.
Yep. And mainly because she's his sister and he wants to kill her. To sacrifice to Samhain, I guess. I don't know.
Because she's the daughter of Freddy Krueger and he has a vendetta against him.
Michael Myers doesn't really have a motivation or a goal, but that's okay because he's just
Jason versus Michael Myers.
That would be interesting because they're the same person.
Right. Where's that movie?
How about Michael Myers versus the Tall Man?
That would be pretty cool.
Michael Myers would be screwed. Michael would be screwed.
All four of them versus the Terminator versus Judge Dredd versus Alien versus Predator. There.
Versus Batman versus Archie.
There you go. Versus the Punisher.
Yeah. Versus the Kool-Aid Man.
The Punisher meets Eminem.
Meets the Nesquik Bunny.
Yes.
With featuring the Tandy Computer Whiskets.
Fucking hell! Okay, we're going a bit too far with this.
We're just making Broforce.
Yeah, it's just the Halloween Broforce. We're making what's that one? The freaking the
Terrordrome. Terrordrome.
Yeah, there you go, Terrordrome. We're just making Terrordrome.
So, a security guard gets killed.
Yeah. The fat security guard. He goes to check on the phone. And, he gets killed with...
it's his own...
hammer? Yeah, he gets killed with a hammer.
Claw into the hammer.
The claw hammer goes straight into his head.
It's his own fault, though, because he leaves the nurse a walkie-talkie and says, hey, keep in touch with me on this. And she says, I don't know how it works. And she quite plainly says, I do not know how to use this. And he goes, meh, and leaves. And so, all right.
He doesn't even go mad. He just leaves. He just walks away. It's like, if somebody tells me, hey, I don't know how to use this phone, why are you leaving me with this phone? And then they go, hey, where are you going? I'm not just going to leave them.
I don't know, man. So...
he honestly should have just gone meh.
We get another chase with Michael Myers and Laurie.
Yeah, that we do.
She tries to order Michael like in Friday 2.
Orderly.
And then Loomis shows up, turns on all the gas, tells Laurie to run, and then lights a lighter and blows himself and Michael Myers up. And I don't...
Okay, so a couple of things happened before.
Yeah, a few things do, but they're not important.
But that's the long and short of it.
He freaking Reggie Bannisters this.
Yeah. Or what's her name from that one movie the Cinema Snob talks about all the time? That lady blows herself up in the house with her husband. Fuck, I wish I remembered the name of that movie. Damn it.
The Tommy Knockers?
No, I don't think it was the Tommy Knockers. It was another one, though. It was, I forget. It was, I think, like, fuck. It was like Windy City or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that review.
Yeah. But, yeah, a couple of things happen. Also, yeah, most notably, I want to talk about that one kill that I just find super elaborate for no fucking reason.
Mm-hmm.
And actually impacts one of the characters.
Is it the boil drowning? When you could either boil or drown, you don't need to do both, Jason? Make a decision.
Yeah, the bird drowning was pretty hardcore.
It's like, you'd pick one, dude!
Yeah, it was pretty hardcore, but it wasn't the one I really had kind of a problem with. It was the one with the nurse, and she's on the stretcher or like the table in the dark, and the one freaking driver guy walks in, and he sees that she's just like dead on the table, and she's got like a tube intravenously injected into her arm, and she's just bleeding all over the floor, and he trips and lands on his head, and he's knocked out for a couple hours.
Yeah, that was just... Why?
That one really got me. I was like,
I have
wow.
an idea on what that one was. I have to wait till Lori's awake before I can chase her.
Yeah.
I'm bored. I need something to do. Maybe if I... Hey, I'm going to try making one of them saw traps. See how that works. It didn't. Never mind. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do.
I want to play a game. It's called How Long Before You Bleed Out.
Well, it's about as fair as some of the later movies' traps.
No, I have a game for us
Hey,
to play.
It's Jigsaw's first trap. Hey, I've cut your arm, your veins in your arms. Can you solve this crossword puzzle before you bleed out? What? That's the puzzle you get. Do it.
No, I have a game for us to play. It's called Let's Recreate the Elevator Scene from The Shining.
But there's...
See how long it takes. Also, without an elevator.
I couldn't afford an elevator. Just some blood.
Yeah,
That's odd. Usually the blood gets off at the second floor.
It's getting away. Get back here, blood.
Oh no, it's not blood. It's the blob.
Michael Myers shaking his fist at a blood bag. It's jogging away slowly. Hey, it makes sense because they're in a hospital.
Yes. Them being in a hospital makes a blood bag having legs make sense.
They were like, you know what would be an idea? They were like, we're in a hospital.
Do you know it'd be a good? Do you know it'd be a nice? Do you know it'd be an idea? Good idea or bad idea? You know it'd be an idea.
Yeah, exactly. You know what's an idea? Surgical tubing. That's in hospitals. Let's have a kill with that.
Well, are you gonna strangle them with it, or what are you gonna do with it?
No, just jab it into one nurse's arm and just have the blood fall all over the floor, and then we'll have somebody come in and slip on it like a dingus.
I think the janitors are going to be a little annoyed at us, John.
Cue Bugs Bunny music. Fucking whoa! He falls on the floor.
That's all, folks.
Ain't I a stinker?
I know this defies the laws of physics, but I never studied law.
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 Jesus fuck, man.
So
that one was ridiculous.
Loomis blows himself and Michael Myers up.
Yep.
So of course they return in number 4. Why wouldn't they?
The guy that came up with the surgical tubing blows himself. In general.
Hey, movie, when I told you to blow yourself, that's not what I meant.
They had the budget for the one explosion. The other one was just a bonus. The guy flash frying because of the car.
Wait, you mean that was an accident?
Yeah, he comes back later. By the way, that's not a red herring. That kid is looked for.
Yep. And they're like, yeah, we totally didn't. No, we didn't blow up your friend. What are you talking about?
They're like, they go see him, like, they go see, like, the autopsy and everything to check dental records and everything, and they're like, oh, he's 17, and then literally a scene later, they're like, oh, have you seen our friend? He's about yay tall, he went missing from this house party.
He was wearing a weird mask, he was wearing some stupid mask, he was 17.
Yeah, how old is he? He's about 17.
He was about 17, and he really didn't like getting hit by cars and exploded. I think his name was Kevin O'Reilly.
Just like, oh fuck.
I think Donald Pleasance was past the point of Loomis was past the point of caring. About all the people he killed.
Emotes. He's like, oh god damn it, and he like whips the cigarette against the ground.
I mean, Loomis himself was past the point of caring about the people he killed.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, come on.
He's like the Punisher.
He says it himself, like, a lot more people are gonna die.
He's like the Punisher. It doesn't matter to save the people. He just needs to kill the bad guys.
Yeah. But, like, he says it himself, though. Like,
Yeah.
more people will die before this is over. Like, get ready. It's like
Round one. Fight.
straight up. Let's
So-
talk about basically the end blowing up scene just really fast, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, it explodes. That's the end really fast.
Well, like, okay, first off, there was the guard, basically, that goes to pick him up and bring him back to wherever the fuck he came from.
Yeah, he gets stabbed with a dental
guy-
hook.
The marshal, yeah, the marshal sent by...
Yeah, and the nurse in the beginning of the first one.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, they get in the car, they're driving him back, and he goes, wait a second, so she's the daughter of, like, what, whatever Myers. It's like, she was adopted and everything. Where is she now? Oh, she's at that clinic over there. Oh, okay. Pulls his gun out and basically goes, take me back there. At gunpoint. And the marshal's like, I don't think I can actually do that. And he's like, oh, what is it?
I'm afraid I can't do that, Dr.
Officials always
Loomis.
do? Fire a warning shot? Bang!
I'm afraid I
He
can't
fires
do
off
that,
a
Dr.
warning shot
Loomis.
through the window, and then he goes like, okay, fine, and turns around.
I don't know
So
how
they
he
go
doesn't
back.
get repercussions.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, anyways.
Seeing as how he doesn't
Well, I
actually
guess
die
because the
somehow.
marshal dies.
Yeah, but
the
Loomis
marshal dies
doesn't.
anyway. Yeah, exactly. He gets zero repercussions because of that. But I guess it's because he was assumed dead in that explosion, so...
Or he killed Michael Myers for 5 minutes, so I guess he's a hero.
All charges dropped. You killed the killer, all charges dropped.
Wait, let's say Michael Myers, let's say Jason Voorhees gets sentenced to a life sentence. And then he dies. And then he comes back. Does he still have to serve a life sentence, or did he technically serve it?
Sure.
Oh, cool. So he's free and clear now. He can go start his life again.
But yeah, so that marshal eats it.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
He's a zombie now.
Lori was outside, and she was, like, screaming at them, but, like, they don't hear her. They just, like, walk past her. Like, even though they probably should have. Oh, also that one ambulance driver just, like, passes out in the car she was hiding in.
Yep.
That's another thing that goes, like, nowhere.
All of these
That
characters.
guy's fucking useless.
Yeah,
That
they're
guy's
all
useless.
even the one who was hitting on her is useless.
Literally, the only thing he did was tell that one nurse to go drive to the police station and tell them about the killer. And then he fucking slips on the blood, gets knocked out, then finds Lori in the car, passes out again, and he's never seen again.
Our hero, ladies and gentlemen.
Literally nothing else.
Ash from Pokemon would have done a better job.
Most useless fucking character in a movie.
Well, that's not true. He's not the bear man
Ash
from.
from Pokemon has
He's not the bear man from True
more
Grit.
action in his little pinky.
True.
But, like, still, like, fucking useless. Does nothing.
Nothing.
So the marshal
Doesn't he get
dies,
stabbed with a
basically,
little
after-
hook? He gets stabbed with a little hook, I think. Little sewing hook.
No, he gets, like, his neck slit with, it was, like, the pair of, surgical scissors.
Oh, they looked like...
really sad.
I thought they were a little pair of, like, a dental cleaning hook, because that's what they kind of looked like to me.
It does, but, like, if you look closely, like, it's actually the little pair of scissors that she was holding before, the nurse.
Yeah.
That she was like, I'm gonna stab you with... I could have stabbed you with these, bud.
Shame Bud
It's
didn't
like,
get
it's
stabbed.
actually those scissors.
Didn't like Bud.
Yeah. Hey, he died.
You always were.
heavy, so.
You always were a vicious bastard, Bud, and I'm glad you're dead. I'm glad you're dead.
Hey, he died Bud the Stud, man. He died in the embrace of the one that he loved.
Michael Myers?
Yeah.
All right.
In the big, strong arms of the one that he loved. So, Marshall dies. The doc grabs his gun, gives it to Lori. They go hide in a room. with a bunch of laughing gas, I assume.
I think it's just straight flammable gas. It's propane.
Whatever.
They're in the kitchen. It's the kitchen.
Yeah, fucking Hank Hill is right down the hallway.
I will help you
I'll
kill
tell
the
you
murderer with propane and propane accessories.
Light him up, I tell you what.
Just looks at Michael.
That boy
sees Michael Myers. That boy is not right.
Turn him into a crispy critter.
That boy is not correct.
Damn it, Bobby.
Ow.
No, Bob from the first movie is Hank Hill's son.
Bob's Burgers.
There you go. So they go hide in the room. They turn on all the gas after Laurie shoots him a couple times, and he goes blind. Like, the shots blinded him.
Yeah, bleeds from eyeballs.
Yeah. And while he's swinging around blinded, they turn on all the gas, and Donald Pleasance sacrifices himself basically by saying, like, yeah, get out of here. And then he basically just says, goodbye, Mikey.
He says
this a long time ago.
He says, "Smile, you son of a bitch," and then turns on the lighter.
Pretty much. Just full on, like, explodes. He should have fucking survived that shit. Come on, just kill off that character. He's done.
Well, he was supposed to. Mm-hmm. This was supposed to be the last Michael Myers movie because John Carpenter didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah. Honestly, they should have just fucking ended it here and it could have been done. They explained everything pretty much. They explained literally everything A to Z. They even explain why he kills the dog because they say, like, yeah, he thinks of himself basically as a druidic priest of
Samhain. The salmon.
Sahama Baba.
Just you said the salmon. I don't have a name. I'm a salmon.
The salmon Balafa Baba. The salmon moose. He's the druidic priest of the salmon moose.
I don't have a name. I'm a salmon.
Like, and that they cleanse things with, like, they sacrifice things via fire.
Yes. The Wicker Man.
Yeah, there you go. How to get burned.
Somebody's a coming in, Lordly Single.
And then the movie ends basically with the
Mr. Sandman.
Well, he was like, what's the body count? Like, what's the count right now? It's like, oh, it's a 10 so far. And she gets wheeled off, basically, and pictures the burning mask of Michael Myers as Mr. Sandman starts playing again.
And that was Halloween 2.
Yeah, like, that's the whole film.
That was Halloween 2, all new, even though the first, 10 minutes of the movie is the last 10 minutes of the last movie.
Hey, it's good that it had that, though, because we didn't talk about that ending all that good.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying that it's a lie to say it's all new when a large chunk of your movie is footage from the last movie.
Oh, it was new, all right, but new doesn't mean good.
Now, this movie feels really, really different from the last one in one major, not great way. The last one felt like a labor of love.
Uh-huh.
This one felt like contractual obligation.
Especially with the dialogue.
It felt like he
could have been so much better written. Like, it just could have been so much better written. It's so much better done.
It felt like John Carpenter wanted to do the first one, and in this one he was doing it because, well, he signed a contract that he had to.
Yeah, that among other reasons. But, like, the first one he actually enjoyed making.
And I enjoyed watching. And again, this felt like I was watching it because we were reviewing it. I felt like I was contractually obligated to watch it.
Much like he was contractually obligated to make that thing and probably several other ones afterwards, because they were like, "Oh, it's a series now? Okay, great. Let's make it into a full-on franchise."
But I don't want to make it a franchise.
Franchise.
Can I do my other ideas like the unrelated one? No.
No, sacrifice your good ideas, even the bad ones, to the Cthulhuid horror that is money.
Now, next week,
uh-huh.
Much like I do not personally skip Devil May Cry 2,
Uh-huh.
I don't skip for Halloween 3.
You shouldn't skip DMC2 because basically that should have been where the series ended also.
But I thought you liked DMC 3 and 4 and 5.
No, but I mean chronologically. Because that's the
4
that's
and
Dante
5.
older.
4 and 5 is those happen after, right?
Okay, look, I don't like 4 much. Like 4 I don't really care for much. 5 I haven't played yet, so.
I didn't know that.
I don't really like Nero. Nero, I don't like him as a character.
Huh.
Like I don't. Some people really do, and like they like him even as a replacement for Virgil. I don't. I don't like Nero.
I would rather anything be a replacement for Virgil.
He's too complainy for me. He just complains too much to me. He's too whiny.
Fair enough.
He's always like, Kyrie! I'm like, oh my god. Like, she doesn't even show up, I don't think, in the 5th one. Does she even show up? I don't think
Her
so.
voice off screen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, like, what? He's just fighting some monster, and he hears her voice, so he goes, Kyrie again?
Well, no, he doesn't do the Kyrie thing. He's an adult now.
Oh, I'm an adult, so I don't have to scream about my girlfriend anymore.
Yes.
Woohoo.
He
That's
doesn't.
character building, guys.
Well, it's better than Virgil's everything.
I can understand Virgil's everything more than Kyrie. Like, when your character has a thing that drives them forward, keep that thing.
Honestly, Virgil's not a character. Come on. That's being way too generous.
Hey, his character trait is he's driven by his intellect, alright? And his snoopy.
He's as much a character as Darth Maul or Boba Fett. Or Coral.
No, he's not, stop. That's just you.
Yeah. Anyway, next week, Halloween 3.
Yes.
I can't get a lot of excitement for this movie. Halloween 2 isn't very interesting to me.
No, that's fine. That's alright, man.
It's the second one.
As you need.
It's the second one. It's not quite as uninteresting as Nightmare on Elm Street 2, but
Don't feign enthusiasm.
I can't feign enthusiasm. I'm not even trying to feign enthusiasm.
Yeah, exactly. Do as you feel, man. If you're not hyped, don't fake hype.
Like all those people faking hype who are faking hype when Final Fantasy VII was announced. Remake.
Kinda.
Oh, they're
That's
making
usually real hype though. Like Final
it?
Fantasy fans are nuts.
Falling off their chairs. Hype.
Yeah.
All right. I can't wait to
with Kingdom Hearts.
I can't wait to buy a game made by current Square Enix split into 3 different games that I already own and have played before.
You mustn't forget though that it's like this shares DNA with Disney fans and Kingdom Hearts fans as extensions.
I feel sorry for Kingdom Hearts fans.
As do we all.
I like the first. Well, no, I don't like the first one. I like the second one, but it's mainly for the Disney stuff. I couldn't be less interested in the Kingdom Hearts nonsense.
Yeah, I can even say like I liked the first one also. The first one I found was okay too. I stopped playing it, but
I don't care for the first one. It's not as interesting. Yeah. So yeah, next week, other movie. Happy Halloween, guys.
Other movie.
Happy Halloween, guys.
Cheech and Chong, the other movie.
Evil Bong.
Burning.